One reason I'm listening to Lil Uzi Vert in 2023, and it's not just because I Want to Rock dropped on my birthday, or because Lil Uzi Vert and this little guy share the exact same birthday. It's none of those reasons. But I'm a punk rock kid, I come from hell with a curse. But here we are. I'm completely new to Uzi Vert. There was a sensationalist headline that grabbed my attention and got me to this record. And you will find out what that headline was if you get weird with me here as I review the Pink Tape by Lil Uzi Vert. Does that sound like Lucifer to you, buddy? That's right, this is a trap. The other question we're answering here is, will rock and roll fans enjoy this record? Pink Tape is the third album by Lil Uzi Vert, and holy crap, Darren Malaukian is one of the producers on this thing. One of 57 producers on this thing. You heard that correctly. Half of System of a Down, Rick Rubin, Bring Me the Horizon, and a bunch of people we've never heard of before are on production teams on the mixtape, the Pink Tape. With its nearly 700 songs considered for inclusion, is this thing metal or what? The warbly, flooded the face, pours water in your ears, and floods the sonic landscape with rap boasts that are both cliche and somehow fresh with Uzi's delivery. It's like mumble rap if mumble rap was good and had lyrics. Also, Uzi gets points for me for mentioning the Rolling Stones. And rapping about the Rolling Stones is always a smooth criminal move. Hot rocks! We can't say the names of these doors anymore here on YouTube. Very sad, very tragic. Types of doors on your car. They keep the pop culture references coming on S doors, Pop-Tarts and Goku, while repeatedly saying that he is the Crow, like the Crow. Kind of an odd pairing with the title. It just works extremely well though. These kind of make their appearance here, and they will come into play later in my review. I've got a good story about the I do pretty good at those. Is the song title of the next track, and it's like Little John being featured in Gorillaz' Saturn Bar single instead of Popcorn. Seriously, my own mind is doing mental gymnastics and traveling the multiverse, making all the connections on Pink Tape. It's making me feel young again, despite being born in 1985. The crazed emoting of Uzi, poured over 1,000 disparate production styles, it doesn't always work well. There's some definite filler in the pink soup here, and one of the worst culprits of just being a bad song is going to be Crush 'Em. This is where I started to worry a little bit about the rest of the record. But then, the instrumental does feel more naturally created than nearly
anything in mainstream hip-hop today.
harkening back to a Dr. Dre production or any of the rap where you could easily find a guitar hook to hold on to if you're a rock and roll fan that fell out of a helicopter into an unfamiliar sea of rap. You don't have to do that, Batman. Just go in and listen to it. It's just like other genres of music, man. There's good and bad. Remember the well, on Amped, there are back with demonic ferocity, and this one actually scared my kiddo in the back seat of my car. A 12-second fried scream. It's incredible. I had to get some really funny freestyles in to really get him back in the non-freaked out mode, because wow. This record, maybe not for kids. Uzi gives Chester Bennington a run for his money with these weird noises. Gen Alpha was not happy about this, but we ultimately pulled a whip, a nene, or whatever, and got Gen Alpha engaged with the music yet again. I think I replaced a lot of the bad or offensive words with goofy!
And that works pretty well.
Yeah, Pink Tape, probably not fantastic for kids that are about to go to school, if you're aware. Oh, X2. We gotta talk about. You guys back up a little bit, man. Back up a little bit. X2 is a futuristic sort of title track, and the language must be from some kind of future slang, because while I don't understand too many rap lyric references. X2 just speaks just what it. He wants to map the Wraith, make his there. He wants to make their AVI pink like my biggest oop. Audemars VVs. I don't know. I think maybe I'm just poor and don't know what any of this stuff is, but I have no idea what a single word in X2 is. Actually, I do know what diamonds are. I do know what diamonds and glue are in reference to, but beyond that, X2 is like an X-Men movie as far as I know, and this song is gibberish. VV my Audemars AV map rate. Rate math my vida auto map. Ginseng VV X2. There's some Lil Wayne delivery on the dark path of pink tape coming up in the next tracks. Some things work okay, like when they pull out an M&M and spit out spaghetti on their mom's sweaty. A Jeezy vibe is also poured out on some further sweaters, like a Weezer song and some Absinthe on top of a serious version of Lil Wayne. Pink tape features are just as wild as the language, with Nicki Minaj and Bring Me the Horizon bringing in some familiarity for me and delivering a lot of material for a feature. Fantano accurately says that they do kind of take over the tracks, but I think it works. I'm blue, abba-dee-da-boo-die. Baby Metal makes things fun again later in the track list, as the album does kind of derail a little bit from the greatness that started. I gotta put this camera down, guys. I know you like to do that. The greatness was in those first 5 tracks, and I was worried that this album was starting to get a little bit shaky, but I'm still in for the ride as the rock guitars, while the songs get a little bit less interesting lyrically, the metal guitars just come in for shredding, rocking on the back end of this thing. As a Green Day nerd, this is really the first hip-hop record that's held my attention so well over so many songs in a long time. And in doing so, earns Pink Tape a score of 3 out of 5. But that's only part of the puzzle we're talking about here. Track 17 is why I made this video. Why I listened to Pink Tape. Track 17 is called CS, and it is a cover of the debut single from none other than The System of the Down. The singer and the guitar player, Darren and Serge from System of a Down, returned to produce the track with help from Rick Rubin and
Ben Thomas.
I'm blue, abba-dee-da-ba-die. And what I like about it is that while it sounds like the original Chop Suey, rolling it up, Lil Uzi actually adds enough lyrics to the beginning and the end of the track that it's not just like an auto-tune nightmare version of Chop Suey. I like the additions at the beginning and end, the book endings that he's done, and CS is 100% the only reason that I checked out this album. The only reason I've been listening to Uzi Vert this week. Now I have a new artist to enjoy, and that's what music is all about. Peace, love, and rock and rap.